If you like this video, why not subscribe? Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Monday morning with the recap Q&A here. I'm sitting in my car talking to my camera on this slightly drizzly morning. If you're wondering why I'm in my car, it's because the acoustics are good. The camera mics work fairly well here. This is kind of like a podcast. I'm going to talk. I'm going to answer some questions, talk about last week, talk about this week, and share some links with you below. So if that's all you're interested in, go ahead and check the links. Lots of good stuff there. If not, just keep listening. Maybe you can tab away and do other things while you listen, because not much visually will happen unless there's the occasional annotation around what I'm talking about. So with that, let's go ahead and get started. Last week our question was, I was asking everybody if what they thought about me doing 3 shows a week, which I started last week with the recap show and then a normal show and then my series on Sony Vegas. Everyone seemed pretty willing to try that. Everyone else seemed to be great trying that. Everybody was pretty supportive. I had one great comment though that I'd like to share with you about this idea, and this was from DDESOER, DDESOER, said, regarding 3 shows, you have to ask yourself, Scott, whether you have time. It sounds like you do at the moment for these particular tasks, but the I don't have time thing keeps creeping into your videos. While people definitely appreciate your videos, if it substantially cuts into your ability to do your actual video projects, then it isn't necessarily the best for you. You obviously aren't one of those guys who builds the gear but never shoots anything. Try to keep it that way. So, that's a great comment, and I've said it in the past that sometimes I feel more like a reporter and less like a filmmaker because I'm reporting on things instead of doing things. But I definitely am a filmmaker and I want to be doing projects. And a large reason I'm doing this channel is to share things with other people and to hopefully develop an audience that will be interested in the actual video projects that I'm doing and not just the instructional videos. So I appreciate that comment. I've definitely taken that into consideration. Doing the extra show about Sony Vegas is pretty easy because if you notice, it's basically a screen capture show, and it's doing things that talking about things or techniques that I've used in the past. So it shouldn't take that much out of my filmmaking time. But of course, while I'm doing this series, I guess a good question I can ask myself is, well, am I working on any video projects while I'm doing 3 shows a week? And the answer is yes, but I've just got to work it in like everything else. So appreciate all the comments and all the support and all the feedback on that. Next up, the t-shirt update. We've got, last time I heard, we had 15 shirts pre-ordered. That was just a couple days ago, and then I posted it again on the Facebook group. So as soon as we get those 15 more pre-orders, that first run of shirts will roll out. I know people are anxious to get their shirts. I'm anxious to get a shirt so I can start wearing it and showing everybody what it looks like, even though I think we all know. But, just to wear it and so other people can wear it too. So that's getting closer. The number doubled, so that's good. I wish it would go faster also. And in other news, some people requested a 3X large size, triple extra large, and that's been provided now on the website. So if you're interested in that, there's a link below to go to the t-shirts, or it's on the blog. You see it pop up occasionally on the Facebook group. So anyway, that's what's going on there. So let's go ahead and jump right into the questions, because one of the questions that I'm reading, one of the emails that I received, is the basis of today's question. This is from Matt Garman. He asks, I don't know if you're looking for questions for the weekly recap show. That's actually a really good idea, because I am running out of questions that I'm coming up with. But I thought of one, so I thought I would send it your way. When buying Frugal films, which do people prefer, DVD or digital download? What are people more likely to buy and why? As a Frugal type filmmaker, I would be interested in some opinions. Just thought I would throw it out there. Use it if you think it will be helpful. This is very helpful. This is a good question. So today's question is DVD or digital download. If you're going to buy a micro-budget movie, which format would you prefer? Which format would be easier? Personally, I would prefer a download. I think that's a lot more convenient. I can then watch it on my TV, which is connected to a computer. And I know we're all the world seems to be moving away from physical media, from DVDs, but it is still nice to have a DVD. I know I own lots of DVDs of movies that I like, so I'm not against that either. As far as a micro-budget movie, of course, DVDs will also offer like special content, extra features, bonus content, behind the scenes, that kind of thing. So anyway, let me know. comment below. DVD or digital download is the question this week. Thanks, Matt, for that great question. If anyone else has some good Q&A question ideas, send them my way. Email me. Leave a comment. thefrugalfilmmaker@gmail.com. Next up, we have Vicula Productions made a comment on getting perfect exposure. They ask, I keep reading how using auto exposure is a telltale sign of amateur filmmaking because of the shifting from light to dark as the camera pans or tilts. I can see how manual exposure compensation lock can be desirable, but I don't understand how you would use it if you were following your subject from indoors to outdoors. Could you explain exposure for camera movements and subject movements? This is a really good question. To address the first part, it is a telltale sign if you leave auto exposure on or auto iris, which just means that, let's say you're in a bright light situation, so the iris of the camera or the aperture opens up to allow more light in, and then let's say you pan over to a window and there's too much light, so the camera's going to iris down or the aperture is going to close because it's on auto. And yes, this does look amateurish. It looks like a home movie because that's typically, we run everything on auto when we're recording home movies, birthday parties, that kind of thing. So how do we avoid this? Well, it is important to have manual control over this item. But at the same time, just because if you lock your exposure onto, let's say, a darker scene, and then when you pan over to that window, well, it's not going to close now, but it's going to blow out because you've got the aperture locked. And you don't want that either unless you're going for a certain kind of effect. So my advice is, you plan for this kind of stuff. If you have a scene, say going from indoors to outdoors, well, don't make it a continuous shot. Use an edit. You set your exposure for one scene, and then when somebody walks into the house, cut to inside the house and show them entering the house, or something like that. Another thing you can do is get a controlled environment. Even if you're outdoors, going outdoors to indoors, have a blanket, have some friends or coworkers hold a blanket over the door so that when they move from inside to outside, the light isn't that different. The brightness isn't that different. You just have to think ahead and figure, well, how can I control the situation? Even if you're not in a studio, the ideal controlled situation, you can do things like that will allow you to set the exposure one way and then have it match. But editing is definitely the easiest way around that. You can match lighting situations in different cuts to where it doesn't destroy your image or call attention to itself. So that's what I recommend. If anybody else has any comments or recommendations, comment below. But that's a really good question. Actually, I really appreciate questions like that because those are valid concerns, especially in the micro budget world. And you see stuff like that all the time where, the iris going up and down. And I've accidentally left, if you watch my short film, The Payoff, if you've seen that one, I accidentally left it on auto exposure for one critical shot that I only had one of. So that was unfortunate. But it does happen. But if you plan and be careful, it won't. Next question, this comment is from Double and Fries. Made a comment on the trolley dolly. Says, they say, hello, Frugal Filmmaker. Any sort of reason to go with this route as opposed to something that is fixed, like a more conventional design? Essentially, why did you build it this way? Double is referring to the trolley dolly, how I built it as sort of a miniature track dolly instead of the traditional slider design, which is some kind of carriage that is locked down to rails that slides back and forth, but doesn't come off of the rails. And my design is only held on by gravity and the operator's hand, so you could actually remove the carriage, which was actually a mini table dolly. You could take it on and off the carriage, which can be dangerous because if it's tilted and you let go, it could roll down the track and fall off. But as for why I built it this way, and I could probably apply this answer to anything that I build, because I try not to, at least not currently. Maybe in the past I did this where I would look at something, people want a dimmer. So I looked up dimmers and basically built a clone of things that I found. But as I've gone on, I've tried to add little improvements or things that come to me as far as, this would work a lot better if I did it this way, or this is a unique way of doing it that I haven't seen before that maybe people can benefit from. So if you look at some of my past builds, that's sort of the attitude I've tried to have. I've tried to incorporate things into the design that I think work better or are just a little different. And people have told me over and over, and when I've said, why do you want me to build, Rig X, because there's 100 versions on the internet and they just want to see what my take is on it. And so I try and think about that, what unique spin can I put on this, basically. So for the things that I've done recently, from the boom pole mic adapter thing, which I hadn't seen before, to the tripod dolly, which I hadn't seen before in that specific way, how I did that using the side flow pipe, which seems to be built for dollies on tracks, and stuff like that. So appreciate your comments. That's just sort of why I do that, because I just think it's if I can come up with a unique or interesting way of doing something that's already been done 100 times, that I feel satisfied as a creative person, and hopefully it works for other people in the same way. So that's all the questions this week. The blog is thefrugalfilmmaker.com, kind of the hub of all my content is there if you're interested. There's the Facebook group, which lots of people are active on. Just search for it on Facebook. It's easy to become a member. Just ask. Then there's Twitter, which is @frugalfilmmaker. And then if you have a question you want to email me directly, that's thefrugalfilmmaker@gmail.com. So that's everything for this week. Keep making your movies. Thank you for all the views and support and comments and emails everyone gives me. I try and read everything and answer as much as I can. So please keep it coming. Good luck this week. Enjoy whatever episode I come up with on Wednesday. I'm not exactly sure exactly what it's going to be yet, but it is coming. And then Friday, the Sony Vegas episode. So until then, until next Monday, see ya.